Hi, Leo. And we see the High Priestess. This can resonate in your past, present, or future, or someone around you. Um, Press like, subscribe, notification bell. You get do the notification. You can watch my lives. If not, you'll have to wait 12 hours. Okay. I got a major headache right now, but I want to get you guys done. I'm not even going to do the Spanish one. I'm going to get you guys done. Okay. The Five of Swords is what I get right now. Okay. So I feel like someone could be mentally ill, or you could be dealing with the people who have mental problems. It's a mental issue. Also, it reminds me of quantum physics. If you keep telling your body that you're sick, your body will continue to think it's sick, versus to you saying, hey, I'm going to get healthy. With the temperance card right here, we have to, if you are sick or someone's sick around you, it is very important, because I feel like someone is feeding someone something to drink, someone's taking medications or something like that. You have to constantly, you see how this person over here is like, they're saying, hey, I'm going to be mentally okay. I'm going to surpass this. I'm going to survive this. Versus to those who are mentally ill right here, that all they say is, I can't do it. I won't do it. I just can't. I will not. I am sick. Versus to, I will heal. I will overcome this. There is a big difference on, with people who believe that they can heal versus to people who hinder their own growth. Okay, you see how, because I see someone here that has needles in their arms. Okay, um and I hear heroin addict. Okay, opium, Western medicine, that like pills, things that are used to heal a person from their mental illness, versus to finding natural ways, eating healthy, drinking healthy, finding spirituality, finding healthy habits, forming healthy habits to help with the mental illness. Okay. Self-care, everything has to, this is very important for anybody. Self-care, because taking care of your mental health is wealth. Okay, watching what you put into your body is very important, because I was having a conversation with someone today. And I had said, if the moon really affects the tide, right? And when the moon is at its full moon, or when there's certain planets are aligned, certain parasites come from the bottom of the water and they go up because they're gravitated to the moon. The gravitation of the moon is very important. Also, how the planets are aligned. So all these parasites come up and the shrimp eat it, and then there's all of a sudden there's different kind of predators that come out because there's a surplus of food source that comes out. Now, if we as humans, depending who you want to argue with, we're 90% water. Did you know, before you cut your skin, before you open up where your blood is bleeding red, when it's in our body, it's blue. It's the color of water. So the things that we're taking sodas, we're drinking sugar, we're contaminating our own water with these parasites, right? With these parasites, stay with me. With these parasites. And the moon, Mercury retrograde, all these things affect us. Our brain has blood all around us. There's nothing but blood, which is water. And now we're contaminating our water with sugars, all these kind of things that aren't good for our health, or just temporarily to make our brain think that we're excuse me, satisfying our thirst, right? And what really is, we're contaminating our body with parasites. Now, these parasites, while this moon and these planets are aligning, pulling out force, gravity, and everything, these parasites come out. Okay, and they start eating away our brain, eating away our stomach. They're contaminated through our body, right? Right now, we're going through Mercury retrograde. You're going to find narcissistic behavior. I'm sorry, I feel like I can't even speak. Narcissistic behavior from people who are mentally ill. You can definitely catch them doing mentally ill activities versus to people who have been taking care of their health, which is wealth. They're drinking pure water, they're eating clean, they can coherently go through their day without being so much abused. But regardless, if they have mental health, does not mean that other people don't, that other people don't take care of their health. And versus, well, not versus, but then we go out into the world, which is the matrix. Okay, it's the spider web. And we're amongst spiders, we're amongst flies, we're amongst moths, we're amongst daddy long legs, all different types of life that we all eat differently. A spider needs the blood of a fly. A paramantist needs to eat leaves. Clearly everything, everybody's DNA is going to be different, right? Why is it that a spider can survive off of blood and a paramantist can't? But a spider will be known as a leech, a vampire, an energy vampire, because it's literally drinking away the energy of another bug versus to a paramantis that he can fly wherever they want and they just eat grass, and they get to live their life. The only time they get to kill is when they're mating. After they're done mating, they're like, off with your head. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Off with your head. The death card, the page of swords. This is how Daddy Longleg looks right here. Off with their head. Okay. We made it. Now it's time. I'm taking out my sword. Off with the head. Okay. But, also mixing DNA with other people, I honestly think it's very important that you put boundaries up. I honestly believe that it's very important that you get to know someone before you have sexual interaction with them, before you mix DNA, because you could be sleeping with a spider. You could be sleeping with a spider, or you could be sleeping with the paramantis. Now we have ladybugs, we have all kinds of other animals out here. um we got to see what kind of animal we're sleeping with, what kind of hybrid we're mixing our DNA with, because they say mental illness is passed down because it's two DNAs mixing in one to create another creature, another DNA, half spider, half paramantis. If you're getting my drift, Leo. The Ace of Swords, then becoming a whole person that carries these DNAs. And so if you get to know what kind of DNA you mixed yourself with, and learning their family ties, the diseases that are passed down. Why is it that when you go to the hospital and you go, or you're going with a doctor and they're trying to diagnose you, they ask you questions about your family? Okay, because if illness is being passed down, it could be in your DNA. And if you don't know how to take care of yourself, you can actually, a Ten of Swords, need a lot of medical attention. 9/11. I'm not saying that nobody is worthy of having it, but everybody has different mental conditions, and everybody definitely decides within themselves what they want to be. For example, if you want to be that person that's constantly saying, I just can't, I just won't, I have mental illness, there's no way that I can cope with this. Or you could be that kind of person that says, I acknowledge I have mental illness and I'm seeking help for it other than just pills. I'm seeking healthy ways and how to cope with what they say I got. you know, understanding these planets, understanding your environment, understanding your triggers, understanding your demon state of mind. But what I mean by demon is that if you know you're prone to bad habits, what are your triggers? What makes you want to eat all that greasy food? What makes you want to go and do drugs? What is it? Because you have to get to the core of the problem to snatch it out. And then because you're exercising your demon, then finding out what works for you other than the pills, other than the things that they hook you up to as far as Western medicine. Because if you really want your mental health to be wealth, you have to go beyond Western medicine. You have to go into quantum physics. You have to go into spirituality and understanding that everybody has different DNA, understanding who your ancestors are, what will work for you, what worked for your ancestors, who actually broke the generational curse. But I'm just little old Lisi, the high priestess, with a YouTube channel, 1111. You need to ponder that, Leo. Ponder it. Okay, because I have met, I was scared of Leos for a long time. I'm gonna tell you why before I take off. There's a Leo in my family who I now I don't argue with that person because I reckon they have mental illness. They're not a good person. And this person has done a lot of physical harm to me. And I didn't like Leos for a long time. I learned to love a Leo because I gave birth to a Leo. Now my Leo, the one that she carries the same DNA. Therefore, I knew that with her I had to maneuver a lot different because I saw how the Leo that caused me a lot of insanity, a lot of physical hurt, a lot of physical pain. What was, because you can't, and I refuse to enable a Leo. We should never enable a Leo. A Leo is meant to shine, to prove themselves that they are. I don't know, like a Leo can be very fantastic if you let them shine. If they ask for help is one thing, enabling them is another. So I refuse to enable my little Leo. Now my little Leo is on her way to becoming a doctor. She has understood certain things because I understood her DNA. And I understood that with the Leo, you can enable them. Yes, help them. Yes, love them. They need a lot of attention. But what kind of attention do you give them? When not to give them the attention, and when to give them your full support versus to giving unwanted attention like the other Leo, who of course has mental illness. Well, I would say my little baby has mental illness, but luckily for her, someone has always been there for her to teach her how to heal and what to do and what to recognize, what can happen to her if she decides to take different routes. So she's the one that taught me how to love Leos, and that it's got nothing to do with the whole zodiac sign. It has nothing to do with the whole zodiac sign. It's understanding their placements, understanding what works for them and what doesn't work for them. Leo, as yourself, you should understand what works for you and what doesn't. What triggers you and what doesn't, what helps you uplift you and what doesn't. Speaking life into yourself is very important, and not speaking death to yourself. Speaking life, not death. Speaking healing, not enablism. I don't know if that's a word. But because we are the creators of our destiny, we are the creators of our own body, our own vessel. We get to choose whether we want to be living to die or to die to live. And it's important that you do your homework as far as medical conditions in your family, your ancestry, your ancestors, the things you intake to your body, how your body responds to certain foods, also physical health, mental health, keeping healthy people around you. That is very important versus to the Five of Swords. Someone's like, no, I need medication. No, I can't survive without medication, or it's your fault, not mine. Accountability is a big thing, Leo. Understanding your body, your DNA, your ancestors, like I said, the things that you put into your body is very important. And Leo, I support you. Thank God I had a Leo. That Leo has proved me wrong. And ever since my baby, I have met nothing but great Leos, very amazing Leos in my life. And all I can say is that it almost took one rotten apple to ruin the rest. Thank God I threw it out. Thank God. Because even keeping yourself around people who have that kind of mental illness that refuse to get themselves medically diagnosed, get themselves help, that can definitely be passed down if we keep on acting like it's okay. That rotten apple can ruin everything. Anyways, thank you for your time, Leo. Blessings.